I don't like the black people.
Why not?
Just because.
In this world, with or without contradiction, we have two races. Two races, that's white and black. Okay?
Yeah.
Black people, white people. We cannot deny that fact, that we have black people and white people. Now, there is a video of a white South African who openly said that she does not like black people. She was asked, why don't you like black people? She don't know. Let's watch this video and then we talk about it.
Don't you like the ANC or don't you like the black ones?
I would say I don't like, yeah.
Be honest. You
I don't like the black people.
Why not?
Just because. We were reared in...
It's like that. I don't like black people either.
There you go. So it's just you don't like black people. I don't like black people.
It's like me, I don't like.
But you don't have a reason for it. Then it's just pure racism, no?
It's not racism. It is how we were reared that way. And so you just don't like black people.
Are they so different? I mean, am I so different of you? Is a black man a woman so different of you?
Yes.
In which ways? Enlighten me.
They might have the education, they might have the money, they might have whatever. But the fact remains is they're still black.
So what? So what?
What? They're black. It's just, it's a... When I grew up as a young girl, we had apartheid era, and that is how we were reared. The white man, then the colored man, then the black man. And he's not sugar. White man, black man, white man, colored man, Indian, and then the black man.
As wild and as tragic as it sounds, that is as simple as it is. This woman doesn't know why she hates black people, and she doesn't know why she hates herself. She's been taught by white supremacists to hate herself, and in doing so also hate black people. What she doesn't realize is that she hates her community. She hates her children. She will hate any child that is black, assimilating. Anybody who looks blacker than what she is, she's going to hate them. She has no idea why. This is why in the colored community there's still segregation amongst colored people, because they've been taught a thing and they themselves haven't thought it through. They haven't questioned it. They have no idea why they have the type of self-hatred and hatred for other people, other than it has been taught by white people for you to hate yourself. Truth of the matter is that Auntie probably has more Bantu, Nguni and Kwe blood than anything else, and she doesn't realize that she's been taught to hate herself. That's how simple it is. People don't realize what indoctrination really is. The math is as simple as kitchen slaves that have been taught to hate field slaves, and that auntie doesn't even know it. She hates herself, she hates her children, she hates her community, and she hates all her descendants. She doesn't know it, and she doesn't know why.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Again, I have a party leader.
Of what?
Have you seen this video of this lady saying she does not like black people? But what comes in your mind, by the way, when you see a white person?
When I say white person?
When you see a white person, what comes in your mind?
It used to be something different, but now it's also another different thing. A long time ago when I used to see a white person, I would feel like I've seen Lord. Maybe someone very important. Okay? Until when I realized these are people like us. Same people, same blood, same... Like we are the same.
Why do you think? Why were you seeing, when you see a white person, you think you're seeing a god or Lord or something?
Okay, maybe it was a culture, or maybe it was something that used to happen. It wasn't me alone. A lot of people used to do that.
Yeah.
And even today, it still happens. You would walk in town and then a white person passes around, and then you're like, what? Yeah.
I think it's because maybe how I don't know how to say it, but mentally we are being groomed, or how we are being taught
No,
just to be you know, when we learn the history, when we learn the history or the history, you come across, you see, oh, white people came, they brought this, they colonized us. There is a picture, and we will see the people we respect. You see, we respect Jesus is white, we respect this president of America is white, America is superpower. So something psychologically, you think USA is more of
it's not even about how we were taught.
And actually, why were you thinking like that?
It's because you were raised in a community, maybe in a society where people used to do that. So
and that's how we say.
You grew up. When you were growing up, you found people actually treating the white people that way.
And that's teachings.
And
because
so,
we learn by seeing. So, you know, we learn by seeing.
Yeah.
So if I say how we are taught, it's not by in school. You know, we learn by we see. We learn by being told about the history and about seeing what is being done.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I use the word. That's how we were taught. So this black man or this white lady is being taught. She was taught automatically that you have to hate black people. During apartheid, black people were the one doing the manual work. Black people were the one working on the farms. Black people were the one sleeping hungry. Black people were the one being tortured, you know. So if you are being taught like that, if you are growing up, you see a black person being used as a seat or as a table, what comes in your mind? Oh, this person, this is not the kind of the people we are.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this video of this young lady or a white lady just saying she don't hate or she hate black people without any reasons?
She must have reasons, because I don't come from nowhere. There is something that is, you know, the mind of a person is created and is set in a way that something must accumulate to bring out a result. Okay, and so even if she says she doesn't have any reason as to why she hates black people, there is something she's building the speech onto. You don't just hate something without any reason, maybe just like that. Okay, maybe a lot of whites, they claim they hate black people, and that is true, and some of them don't have reasons. Okay, some of them hate because other people hate. Some of them hate because it is in their minds, and it is something they have actually like they have accumulated into their minds, that this is how black people are, this is how black people are, and so we are not supposed to associate with the black people. Okay, it's the same way when we grew up respecting the whites and feeling like we have seen great people, maybe like very important people. When we see them, we could even gather somewhere on the road and start watching them as they are walking on the road. We're even celebrating we have seen a white person. So the same thing happens. It is the other way around. Now the contrary part of it, when it comes to the white, there are some of the white people, they just hate black people. Because if you find a kid actually somewhere on the road celebrating or maybe being happy because he has seen a white person, if you ask that kid, why are you happy? Why are you happy to see this guy? That kid may not have a reason as to why. May not even provide you with a reason as to why he is happy because of that white person. It's the same thing that is happening with this lady. They grew up from an environment where black people used to be seen as limited. Black people used to be seen as maybe they are maybe demystified, something like what do I say? Maybe disabled people who has people who doesn't have anything good, nothing good can come out of them. There are people who are dependable, something like that. Okay, and therefore maybe it is something. Maybe she grew in an environment, maybe in a society where black people were used to be criticized, and that is
now
why she doesn't have any reason as to why she hates African people, maybe black people.
One thing, this lady, she's a white South African.
Okay.
She's in South Africa.
Yeah.
She has kids. They can intermarry.
Yeah, sure.
So that means she'll automatically hate her children.
Exactly.
She'll automatically hate her in-laws because they are black. Because in white South African, we have in South Africa we have white and black.
Because you can't predict. You can't predict what will happen. Okay? And the fact that she's living in South Africa. South Africa is an African country. And we have Africans in South Africa. And so why would you hate the people with whom you are living in their country? The country belongs to the black people. She's a white South African.
Why do you hate
Why
the people
you're living in their own country?
you are feeding from them?
From them. Okay? And you claim, I hate black people. What are you doing there? You're supposed to be in the US, maybe somewhere else.
When you see videos you have just said about young children, when they see white people, they go, they celebrate, muzungu singing. But this way, the other way around, there's a syndrome when a white person or white children, they see a black person, they are scared.
Yeah.
They don't want to go close to them.
Yeah, it is just the way I told you. From which kind of a society, maybe from which environment were you raised, the surroundings you are in. Like, for example, when you sometimes the white people got to a point when they saw us like fools.
Yeah.
Okay. Because let's take, for example, you are a white person and then you're passing on the road, and then children are following you singing Muzungu, Muzungu.
Yeah,
Muzungu.
yeah.
They're happy. What comes in your mind? These people are really fools.
Yeah.
Okay? They're like you take them as people who, like, I don't know how to put it, but even you in your mind, there's something that builds in your mind. Okay? There's something, because you'll never find a white person, even kids maybe from the white people, maybe when they see a black person, they sing, they are happy, they what? No. In fact, they see us as, okay?
Primitive.
Yeah, and so it is sometimes they see us. That's why they got even to a point of calling us monkeys and something like that.
Yeah.
They see us even as animals. Okay? Because themselves, they know they cannot do such kind of a thing. And so it depends, it is as a result of an environment where you were raised from.
Now, this environment is across all Africa.
Yeah.
I think the environment started way back during colonization, because if you are being colonized for over 300 years and you generation to generation, it will grow up respecting the master.
Yeah.
And the master here is a white person.
Yeah.
But on that note, I saw a video of in China, when a black person go to China, the Chinese they are surprised. They want to take pictures because they have never seen a black person.
Yeah.
But there's a video, even Chinese lady was asking this black person, are you dirty? Like, there's even an advert in China where they take a black person as a dirty person.
Okay.
He enters a basin where there is soap, and then he got cleaned and come out white. So they think being dirty or being black is being dirty.
Okay.
So you see that perspectives. But I think this hatred towards black people from white people, it's because of what the ancestors grew in us, both of the parties.
Again, I cannot say it's about maybe our ancestors. Maybe just a thought, I don't know. But see, if there were people who really had a very strong hatred between themselves and the white people, are our ancestors. Those people who fought for the independence of our countries in Africa. If there can be people who had a real understanding of who a white person is, maybe a real understanding of who a white person, or maybe how bad a white person can be, are definitely our ancestors.
But they did not retaliate.
Because these are the people who fought the white people. They're the people who fought for independence. They're the people who even some of them died trying to chase the white people from Africa to go back to their lands. Okay, and so I would say maybe this thing of maybe this caliber of black people being actually maybe trying to make white people look good. It started only after maybe our ancestors, now the time they began ending. So from a point somewhere there is when now, after now, the governments have begun coming in. The current governments we are having, okay, the governments that began now working with the Africans, like with the white, and trying to make them good people. It is when now this thing now landed into this generation.
So,
just a thought.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Our ancestors were fighting,
Okay.
were chasing away the white people, but not all of them.
Okay.
If you read from the history, we have the resistance,
Okay.
and we have the collaborators.
Okay.
There are those who were impressed, and there were those who are fighting. For example, in Kenya, if we talk about fighting the white man, we don't talk about Jomo Kenyatta.
Okay.
We talk about Dedan Kimathi.
Okay.
But the negotiator between the two groups was Jomo Kenyatta. And Jomo Kenyatta, because he knew speaking English, because he had studied, there is a way he interpreted, and some people say he didn't interpret it the way it is. And now Jomo Kenyatta, the person who needed to bid was Dedan Kimathi and his group, the Mau Mau, the real Mau Mau. But now, who got to the seat was Jomo Kenyatta. And I cannot tell you, we thought as we were growing that Jomo Kenyatta fought the white people. No. The white people did not go because of Jomo Kenyatta. And now they left power to him, half power, that you are our eyes here in Kenya. Okay. Nelson Mandela, a lot of people have called Nelson Mandela as a hero. But for those who know the true history, Nelson Mandela was a sellout. Even his wife said, Winnie Mandela said, they negotiated with the white person, but along the way, Nelson Mandela lost it. And now South Africa was left in the hand of a black president, but in real sense, he was not the one leading it. So our ancestors fought, not all of them, but of course they did not win the war. The only ancestors, or the only country that they won the war, it was in Ethiopia. But these other countries, when the white people were leaving, they did not leave because they were forced to leave. They left because they have gained what they want, and now they want to do it in another way, because things are changing.
What I am sure with is that one thing that I'm very sure with is that if we would be part of the fight that was being held during the struggle for independence, we would actually we wouldn't have been celebrating this for the way we are doing right now. That is one thing I'm 100% sure with. If we would have been part of that fight, if we would have actually witnessed and be there when our ancestors were fighting, those who fought, the likes of Dedan Kimathi and the rest, as you've just said, we wouldn't be praising the white people as we are praising them. That is one thing I'm sure about.
But another way, I'm trying to say this.
Yeah.
This issue of celebrating the white people started way back because we were forced to smile. Smile! You are being beaten, but you are forced to celebrate. When you see a white person, so it became we call what? When you see a teacher, a habit. When you see a teacher, you stand up. He beats you. You say thank you, teacher. So it became a habit. And I think the thought of the history. Wait a bit. The thought of history, where the white people wrote the history, and they have written it as they have brought everything. They discovered Africa, they discovered Lake Victoria, they discovered America, they discovered Jamaica, they discovered Indian Ocean, they discovered everything.
Okay.
So the first person to circumnavigate around the world, white person, who do this, a white person, because they are the one who wrote the history. I think they created a situation where they are always the priority and they are always the kings. You know, the one who writes his own movie, they wrote their own movie.
Okay.
And they implemented, they made sure that we as Africans are learning their movies.
Okay.
Automatically, right now, when someone asks you between me and Rambo, who is you automatically say it's Rambo.
Yeah.
Because you watch the movie and you know, and it is in your mind built that Rambo or Van Damme or Chuck Chan, they are unbeaten.
And again, I would also say, you know, it's about thinking sometimes. And again, you know, when someone gets you through something, in school we respect teachers, right?
Yeah.
But they beat us every day. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where we are working on a daily basis, where we are working in these companies, we respect our bosses, but sometimes they really take us through hell. They really squeeze us so much, but we have to wake up early in the morning and go into the office, and when we see them, we stand up and greet them, you see. So it can be, we would say maybe we would say it is because we didn't experience we didn't experience their humiliation and all sorts of things that they did to our ancestors. That is why we are celebrating and praising them anytime we see them. But again, I would say maybe we grew with a mind, or we grew with a mind of understanding that these people are our lords. Maybe they are how do I put it? We served them, we saw them like kings. Okay. And so because we grew with that mind of seeing them as kings, so even it continued staying in us, it continued existing in our minds, it continued existing. And even our children, when they grew up, they now, because it now came to a point when it began now flowing from generation to generation, passing from this generation to another generation, and it went that way. So it got to, when we come to our current children, so maybe the children who are growing up right now, it also came to them that these people, the white people, are actually like kings. Okay. They're like kings, so maybe they're like they're like gods. So when we see them, we have to respect them, and we have to praise them when we see them, because when they tortured us and when they forced us to work for them, they placed us into slavery. Sometimes we had to respect, because there is nothing else we can
submit.
Do. Our power was limited, our minds were limited, our struggles were limited, our capabilities and potentials were limited, and therefore we left ourselves with nothing else to do. We didn't have an option other than to submit just to their maybe to their instructions and so because we saw them like kings, because we had to maybe to respect them, it followed generation to generation. So when we see them now, we still see them as kings. Yeah.
Okay, tell me what you think of the comment section. This white South African lady saying that she does not like black America or black people. Automatically, a lot of people had questions. Why? Give us reasons. But she does not have reasons. But we think, or I think personally, it's something systematically. They were taught as white people not to respect black people. They were taught as white people that black people are, you know what, they're just farm workers. You know, they are tools, they are this and this. But on the other hand, black people, we see white people as good people. We see white people, we celebrate white people. And another argument is that it's because black people are the gods, and that makes them love everyone of color. They does not discriminate anyone. That's what people say. Another argument. But what do you think on the comment section? Of course, I am the Kenyan Beast, and we are doing it the African way. Alongside, I have
Levy Med.
Until next episode, Peace be with
Be
you.
with you.